Hello, everybody, and welcome to the 2 week of the day 14 of the Road to 2K on Chess.com Rapid. We are now at 1774 after playing a few more games off recording. So our goal today is really just to kind of continue to try and gain some momentum. We're playing a 1754 from Indonesia, and we get e4, e5, so we'll play our classic for now, knight c3. We get a Zervalev counter gambit, so we're just going to go ahead, work on development. We learned in a previous episode that this pawn capture is actually the best. And when the knight comes out, let's go ahead, let's pin that to the queen. I don't hate this position for us already. Definitely some interesting tactics to be found. We're going to bring our knight out. We still don't have this as a threat. D6 serves to reinforce that e-pawn. And what I'm liking here is I do like the idea of castling. I don't want to go here because then there are knight captures e4 ideas. I might actually just go ahead if I castle and he plays bishop here. Do we have h3? Maybe. I think more sound for now might actually be like queen to d3 and long castles. And then we might have threats like knight takes, pawn. So now we definitely don't have that as a threat. But I do kind of like takes here. Takes, pawn takes. This knight is now open, let's long castle, and now we're actually threatening knight captures pawn. Our opponent sees it. Now if we go bishop captures here, and he goes knight captures, we no longer have it. So I think here we just maybe play rook he1, get into the position. He tries to kick us away. And I think here what we might do is I still don't think this does us enough good. So I'm almost thinking going bishop back to e5 or e3. Because I think after this, he might have pushing ideas. And I want to leave a space for our knight to be able to come back a different way. Now, I really would ideally like to try and... There's still ideas of sacrificing here if this knight is no longer here. But we have to find the right time to do so. So our opponent goes ahead and plays a6. Knight to h4 is tempting. But once again, I'm not convinced it does enough. Let's play king to b1, just defending our a2 pawn. We're already down about a minute and a half, but that's okay. We're having a fine day. So I think one of the big things that we've already started to see in this series is, unfortunately, sometimes you're just going to have days where you are simply missing everything. And those days are not necessarily negative in and of themselves, because chess is not, especially chess progress, is not linear. Chess progress loves to kind of kick you around and see how you react and all that fun stuff. So if he brings his knight in, we just plop it on g6 anyways. I think I really like this position for us. It's a Vienna game. I'm familiar with these types of pawn structures. He goes there. So my temptation here is immediate f4. And if he takes, we push forward. This is a discovered check. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to play that. Now the downside is if he goes here, or if he goes here, well, if he takes the pawn, queen takes is a check. If he moves the knight backwards or up here, we have to bring our knight back, and he can probably trade for this bishop. But is the bishop doing us a ton in this position? Is really the other question we have to ask ourselves. And I'm not so convinced. And today, we've actually done a better job so far. Mind you, it's move 14. So he goes here, kind of like we thought. Is he double attacking this pawn? What if I go up one? Up, takes. If I go back. Maybe this move was stronger than I thought it was. Do we have h3, knight takes, queen takes? I think we might just bring the knight back and accept the loss of a pawn. He does snap it off. So I really think I want to play, if I play rook takes, we do run into pawn takes. Pawn up. Maybe not. I think we have to take once. He does have rook takes pawn to win the pawn. And do we have an immediate g3? He does go for this line. If I go g3 and he brings his rook over, what else is he threatening? Kind of a silly mistake by us to just throw away a pawn like that. But I'm trying to figure out, do we have anything here? I think I want to play g3 anyways. He goes all the way back. So I am going to bring my rook over. He does now have like knight here. He doesn't go for that. And I can't even move this knight now. And now I think he's actually, well, he can't take his own pawn. Well, this is going south really, really fast. So we're going to play b4. And the idea of b4 is I'm trying to prevent like his knight coming into the position and kicking away my queen. He opts for b5, which locks the position. I can't even move this rook. Well, I can. I can move the rook. I'm trying to make a way to make this work, but I don't see a good way to do it. So I'm going to bring my king up one and kind of pass the move back. He brings his knight out of the position. And he's threatening to come here, which is wins as a fork and wins the piece. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop my rook back. I actually think he's going to play knight to c4 anyways. And after I come in, oh, I'm losing. Rook takes, rook takes, rook takes, queen takes, knight here. If he finds it, he doesn't find it immediately. The really brutal part is I don't even have a way to get out of it. So I think I'm going to play a4 right away. Second chance. I don't see a way to stop it. I can't just give this up. Or maybe that is the way to survive. If I play knight back now, he takes, queen takes, oh, rook takes, yeah. He's going to take that. We're going to go down, even more material. Let's go ahead, let's go here. And like we talked about, some days you're just flat out losing. And I mean, he even probably has takes, and like rook a1 with ideas of the queen coming in. Or he has that. Trying to figure out what else that does. I'm just going to push the pawn. I don't have much else to do. I mean, we survived the worst of the tactics, but unfortunately, we're just clean getting smoked here. Okay. I'm going to play h4, intentionally hanging this pawn for the ideas of playing rook to h2. And my idea is I'm going to try and go here. And this is one of the big things I've been really trying hard to do recently is even in these dead loss positions, I think it doesn't help improvement at all to resign. You know, you can sit here and say that that's bad sportsmanship or whatever you want, but I think it's more of a test of perseverance of like, yeah, the position sucks. But what is it that you can try and do in the position, right? This is coming. I have nothing. Yeah, he's going to go there. There's at least not this check, even though I fully expect like rook here, or this pawn capture is also pretty good. I feel like if I go here... Oh, I can't go there. Oh. All right. A5 it is. He comes back. If I go rook here, he definitely blocks with the rook. Or he goes here and wins my queen. Or he goes there and wins the rook anyways. And at some point he'll find the mate. I think this is mate coming up on the board. Let's go here. Rook check. Yep. Rook blocks. And whichever way you want to do it, they all work. Yep. We're going to take. This is forced. Come on, boss man. You got it. Fine checkmate right there. Rook d1. Guess not. Queen e2. And there we go. Now he finds mate 1. So, yeah, we lose. We're down at 1766. So let's look at the game review. So we played with 71. Our opponent played with an 81.7, and we were never better once again. I guess in the Zervalev, it says to immediate play d4, which we forgot. And even in this position, I guess you give up the pawn, play knight e2. I'm assuming if they take, it runs into the same thing with the Petrov, I think it is, or a Spanish gambit. But I mean, we developed our pieces, we traded, we ended up slightly worse, and f4 was wrong. I think maybe if we look back at the position, do we just go back and admit we're wrong and play knight f3? Guess not. So maybe in that case we play h3 to prevent this. He punishes us, takes the pawn, and then we just weren't able to get anything going. He was simply better. I mean, and honestly, with some of these game reviews, there's not a ton to learn, especially when you just get smoked. Now here, there's so many easier ways to checkmate like this. Our opponent chooses to find some other ways to do it, which is fine. And yeah, we're simply tilting down at 77. We're almost 100, over 100 points below where we were. But we'll improve. Losses happen. These stints happen, and we'll get past it. So if you enjoyed the content, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what I can do to improve, and I will see you guys on day 15.